Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of August 12th, 2023, a date of marriage of 1994. She has an at-home MLCer who is a low-energy wallower. She says, my at-home MLCer is talking to me, but he doesn't want any physical contact, not even a hug. If I ask, it's a quick hug, and then he walks away. No empathy. Sometimes I might give him a kiss goodnight, and he purses his lips tight, as if he can't stand it. He's been the only man I've loved and slept with. We've raised 4 kids, and he's been my best friend for over 30 years. And to treat me like I'm an alien is heart-wrenching. He sleeps in the spare bedroom, but still has his clothes in our room, and he still uses our ensuite. He shares meals with us, 3 adult sons still at home. I still keep the house well maintained and organized, inside and out, even the lawns and gardens. He doesn't need to lift a finger. I work as well, and he's self-employed, and I look after his finances and bookkeeping, but I'm still the alien. When will he wake up? Our daughter thinks he's strange and has hurt me enough. I feel like I'm going through a mental breakdown. Please help. Okay. So the first thing, I don't think you're going to like what I have to say. Do not ask him for a quick hug. Do not give him a kiss goodnight. He has either verbalized it and said it or shown it through his physical behavior that he doesn't want it. He wants space. He has asked for space, whether he's verbally asked for space, he has asked for it with his body language. He gives you a quick hug. He doesn't want physical contact. You said that. He does not want any physical contact. If he doesn't want it, I know it hurts you, but you're taking it personally. And what low energy wallower means is depression. And what low energy wallower means is overt. Overt means obvious. Overt means not hidden. Covert is hidden. Overt is clinical depression. Your husband is depressed. That is a pathological depression. It's a chemical imbalance. It's not personal. Now, he may not be aware of that, or he might be in denial of it, or if you were to say, honey, you're depressed, he would say, don't call me honey, and no, I'm not. He'd say, no, it's you. That's his problem. It doesn't mean that's true. So he may be resistant to getting help, but that doesn't mean he's not depressed. He's not a credible source for whether he is or isn't right now. So what I need you to do is I need you to stop taking it personally. That doesn't mean you have to stop taking care of the house. You live there too. Okay? Do what you've done. Do it because it's the house that you take care of, not because you're fussing around him. So if he has a separate room, stay out of it. I mean, you don't have to fuss around that room. You're not his maid. But if you always did the bookkeeping, you can do it. If you always maintained and organized the house inside and out, it's okay. Do it. If you always did the lawns and gardens, it's okay. If you want to get help with it, go for it. But do that, that's okay. But here's what I really want you to try and do. I want you to do something outside of the house. I want you to have a hobby that does not involve being at home. I want you to think of something that you either used to do that you loved doing, or that you always wondered if you would like doing or you wanted to do. Is there a class you wanted to take? I would love to take pottery. I really want to take pottery. And, local community colleges sometimes have that sort of thing. Is there something you want to take? Painting, pottery? I'm looking at really fun classes, but maybe you want to take a writing class. Maybe you want to do something else, but is there something you want to do? Go out, something that you would enjoy, something that when you leave the house, people are going, why are you going out? What are you doing? It doesn't have to be that. But I want you to go out and have some other pieces of your life that are not at home, not at him, focused on why he is not being involved with you. And he's been the only one I've loved. We've raised 4 kids, and he's treating me like this, and it's heart-wrenching. You're focused on that. You're focused on the personalness of the pain. And instead, I want you to go out there, and I want him to see you doing other things. In other words, you know what? I'm doing something else tonight. Can you guys get yourself some dinner? I have, and not, the word isn't a date. I don't want to, I have plans tonight. I have an appointment. I have a prior engagement. I have whatever, I have, I have plans every Wednesday from now on for the next month. And so you guys, I need you you have 3 adult sons, and they can figure out dinner. I need you guys to have, get your own dinner on Wednesday nights, because I have plans on Wednesdays. And I want you to go out. Maybe it's bowling night. I don't know. Whatever you're going to do. And you go out and you do whatever it is you're going to do. And when you do it, though, here's the thing. Smile. And for a while, maybe you're faking it till you make it. Maybe you're taking a painting class, and then you come home and you have these paintings you put up. I don't know. Because what I really want for you is I want him to not feel the burden. He can feel the energy that you're putting out there, because I can feel it in your words here. Of, it's heart-wrenching how he's treating me. And it's not helping him get unstuck either. It's like, when will he wake up? Well, he's feeling the burden of how heart-wrenching it is. And you're thinking, well, yeah. Well, why doesn't that help him get unstuck? Actually, that helps him stay stuck. I know that seems odd to you, but that kind of a burden just adds more burden to a person. And so if he can feel that you're becoming lighthearted, and filled with joy, then that lifts a burden from him. And then he can work on himself. Then he can be freed to be depressed and come through a depression, rather than resisting the depression, because there are so many other things holding him down. And he can be free to stay stuck in that depression too for a while, because MLCers do that. And so you have to do your stuff and be prepared for, that doesn't mean after a month it's gonna, oh my gosh, I see his changes. Or you might, and then he's gonna cycle. And if you, let's say you do this for a month and he shows changes, and then you're like, oh, so it's working. And so you stop, or you start to show an interest. It's not time yet. MLC lasts years. It's not time yet. What you have to do is you have to do your changes for the next year and 2 years and 3 years. You have to solidify your changes so he can solidify his changes, so that then you can both grow separately to grow together. And by separately, I don't mean separately like this. I mean you grow as individuals so that you can grow as a couple as well. You have to do that for long periods of time. Not a week, 2 weeks, not 3 months, but months and months and years. And you can do that from the same home. Okay, you're still in the same house. But right now you're kind of parallel living. And unfortunately, that's how it is. But he has this burden of you feeling like you're being treated like an alien, and having the pity party because of it being so heart-wrenching. And he's feeling that. And that's not going to help him. He's not going to move through until you get yourself also unstuck from feeling the victim of his feeling the victim. I don't know if that makes sense. But right now, both of you are feeling this thing. And while both of you are feeling it, you're kind of going to be stuck together in this cycle. And what is it when two eagles fight? I think and I imagine maybe it's different kinds of birds of prey, and it looks like they're both carrying themselves and they're both falling in the sky. Are they weighing each other down and pulling each other down? Well, one of them's got to stop, or they're both going to crash land. Right now, you're both pulling each other down, crash landing. Which one of you is going to stop? You're the one that's not in a midlife crisis. So I'm going to put my bets on you being the one that needs to stop first. Okay? So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what are all the joyous things you can do, and they can't involve him. They have to just be about you. Okay? And sometimes you start out by faking it. Sometimes it's just pretending in the beginning until you make it real. Okay? I hope this helps. And I will see everybody in the next